All right. So we have reached the third episode of the Paranormal Chat Show. Now everyone must be wondering. Not everyone, basically, because we don't get much viewers during the live stream, but we do get views after the video is posted. So just imagine that you are watching it in during the live stream, right? So if you have watched the previous two episodes, you must have kind of seen my background noise. Uh, what's the reason? I don't know. Let's leave the topic. So yeah, welcome to the Paranormal Chat Show, episode 3. Now tonight we do not have any guests lined up to talk to because we have some more better, not more better as in like more close friends of mine, paranormal investigators who are investigating this field from like many years and are from different parts of the world. So we'll be joined by them later during as the number of shows continues. But tonight we are talking about a very important and very how do I say unique, not even say, not even like unique it is, I know, but like something that is kind of linked, that is something you can't foresee, when you are into paranormal, or even if you are having a normal life. The topic myths is kind of linked to you in every aspect of your life, no matter if you are CEO of a big company or a student, or like you just kept your you just got birth. Every person is given a stamp of myth, or they carry a stamp of myth to their grave. I wouldn't hesitate saying that. And basically, when it is a country like India, myths is like an integral part of India. Like there's nothing uh, I have ever heard that does not contains some kind of myth. Like no matter what the kind, like what the myth is, or like what is the intensity level, or how bizarre the myth is, there is a myth linked. Like for example, there is a common myth many Indians must have been, must be very familiar with it, that if you are leaving a home and or you are on the way to somewhere and you see a cat crossing your path, then it is taken that it is not lucky for you to travel ahead, or there is some kind of dangers ahead of you. Now this show kind of focuses on such kind of myths, bizarre myths. So like we always say, or like I always say, there's no we, sorry. So actually, you know this is what the funny part, or the fascinating part of a live stream chat show is that you can't edit. Like if you just speak something, and it like you speak it once and it goes out forever, it is on the internet, and getting it out of the internet means I'll have to delete the complete video, the complete chat show, the complete content, that whatever I have put in it to make this episode a good one, or to make it of that particular time limit. So if you so the two episodes have passed, and I have tried to keep the age limit below 16 by any means. There may be any time, any moment, the level may cross 18 plus. So if you are a child, have parental supervision, or don't watch this. Right. So jokes apart. So last time we had Brian Holloway on our chat show, and it was very amazing. Like every time we have a live stream, every time I chat with him, he's a superb guy. And if you like the video, then, or if you missed the video, it is in the playlist video. Or what I'll do is, after the live stream is done, I'll be linking the video in the live stream, or I'll be putting the link in the description. And yeah, this is Abhijit Mohanty from the Parapsychology and Investigation Research Society pairs, and let's begin with the episode third of the Paranormal Chat Show. So, since there are so many myths around the globe, not only in India, now myths, like I said, is not only is something that generates or that is originates from India, but different countries have different myths to different things. Some related to paranormal, something related to death, some related to marriage, some related to studies, some related to I don't know. There are some bizarre myths that are found around the globe. Right now, I have a bunch of myths that are kind of making a trend or are going viral on the internet. And no, yeah, I have a very good thing to say. Now, I'll be very open to this. The myths I have collected is from a source that is a Facebook page basically, and the name of the Facebook page is, I believe, Unbelievable World, I believe. And listen up, guy. I don't care who the admin is of the page. My only request is it is not my own request. Like we have like nearly 6 paranormal investigators have requested you to put down all those posts which contain myths and are spreading fear amongst the viewers or the likes that people have liked the page, those people who have liked your page and are pretty much affected or influenced by what you are posting. Each of your post gets nearly 1 lakh likes, which means 1 lakh people are reading those bullshit crappy myths that you are posting on your page. So if you're just trying to get views, try some better things. Do not try to put fear in people's mind and try to buy them. There are many people who do that. Don't be that guy, right? So yeah, the seriousness is gone now. Let's get started. So I have collected a bunch of, like I said, I have a bunch of myths that are making a trend from that particular page. If you are also supporting me, or if you also want that page should put down all the posts that are related to the myths and are kind of spreading fear amongst the teenagers or the normal people or anyone, then I'll be putting the link in the description. So just click on the link and do whatever you are good in. I know that sounded pretty evil. Right. So we are up with our first myth, that is this is how it goes. Time 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. is a mysterious time. Correct. This hour is most influenced by spirits and supernatural. Sort of. Human body is weakest between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Fact. And 99% of the natural deaths occur in this hour. This is why I termed bizarre myths. Sometimes you laugh, talk, and cry in sleep. It is often a spirit sitting in a room beside your bed. Now, just yeah, that is what I was trying. Like everything is fine until like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. is a mystery time, I believe, because the environment is pretty much quiet. Just a hustle bustle somewhere at some part of the house or some part of the street may trigger and give you a feel that something is happening, or there is some intruder or some kind of ghost or some kind of paranormal activity going on at your place or nearby neighborhood. But and this hour is most influenced by spirits and supernatural. Now there are many those who consider 3 a.m. or particularly from 2:30 to 3:30 to 4 as the witching hour or the devil's hour, and they do consider that it is the time when most of the spirits are kind of. But I'm open to this very fact, because after so many years of investigation, nearly 5 to 6 of investigation, I pretty much feel the same kind of intensity with the spiritual activities that happen before 2 a.m. and after 4 a.m. because there are times when I have spent a complete night from like I have spent 30 hours continuous investigation, and this was happening when I was shooting for a news channel. Yes, we continuously shot for 30 hours. So ask me like what happens during 2 a.m. to between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Now it goes that this hour most influenced by fine human body is weakest between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Now there's this scientific reason to it. Now if you are a student of medicine, or if you are a doctor, or if you have any knowledge, or if you are a good Google searcher, then go to Google and search the reason why the human body is weakest between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. And I believe, because I've seen it, I've researched it, I just don't remember right now that why the human body is pretty weak from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. And 99% of the natural deaths occur in this. Now who on earth gave this statistic of 99% deaths occur between this hour night? What? My grandmother passed away 8 p.m. of the evening, and she wasn't attacked by a ghost. So now you know. Sometimes you laugh, talk, and cry in sleep. It is often spirit sitting in room beside your bed. Now, these two sentences have kind of no link with it written. Like, it is fine that you laugh, you react to the dreams that you are seeing. No, it has nothing to do if a spirit is sitting near you or it is not. Because there are times, like for example, this association is given when you are sleeping. What if you are awake and the spirit is sitting beside you? Will you still laugh like a crazy, insane human being, or you'll still cry or still react to those things? No, that doesn't happen. So why are you going to react when you are sleeping if a spirit is beside you, right? So have a logical thinking. That is how you differentiate between what is real and what is myth. Now this brings to our second myth, that is fine. We actually have a sense to detect a paranormal entity around us, sort of. If we feel shivered all of a sudden, it means a spirit just passed by or is around you, sort of. If you feel someone is staring you but find no one after looking, 99% of the time ghost was actually looking. And now this guy, like basically ultimately the guy who gave all the statistics for the paranormal activities, this guy is a math geek. Like, he knows 99% things happen. Now again, a bullshit, because like, yeah, just मतलब दिमाग लगाओ, लॉजिकली सोचो क्या हो सकता है ऐसा. मेरा आंसर ये होगा कि if we feel shivered, like if you feel someone is staring you but find no one after looking. Now, like, we all have this tendency, or like we all have this how do I say, we all have this sense or a sensor in our body that you can kind of, even if your eyes are closed, you kind of through hit and trial method, you can guess if someone is looking at you or not. But it is not 99% of the times. Now there are times when you close your eyes and there are things in your eyes that kind of form an image in front of the your eyes screen. Now that also gives a replication that someone is standing in front of you. So like 99%. Now if this is 99% thing, that 99% of the times a ghost is actually looking at you. Now if we see the logical part of this thing, now 99% of the time it can also happen that it is just your brain or it is just your eyes that is creating some kind of hallucinating thing, and that is what you're reacting to, right? Oh, this is my favorite. According to paranormal experts, there is a spirit known as Bloody Mary. Okay, at night, if you dim light of your room and look into mirror for some time at exact 3:13 a.m., say Bloody Mary 3 times. A spirit will arrive or pass. There are many incidents who prove this, right? You can try. I have tried. And after screaming Bloody Mary 3 times at 3 a.m. of the night, the only thing that came across me was my mom's hand trying to slap me. That is what happens. So Bloody Mary is a myth. And yes, I have tried it several times. Many people have tried it several times. Now there's this common conception, like it's a fact, not a conception, that if you stand in front of a mirror and you stare at your face for more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you'll kind of see scary or disembodied reflection of your own face, because we kind of start hallucinating after we start focusing on that particular object for too long. That is what really happens. Now, Bloody Mary, if you're trying, try it right now or tonight and let me know what happens. And I'm pretty sure if you're not scared of the darkness and if you're not scared of what will happen to you, you won't be feeling anything. Right. This is funny. According to the paranormal investigators, never leave any of the chair empty. Have an idea. Have an idea. Wait. Right. Never leave any chair empty. Now I have an empty chair right here. Especially if your room is air conditioned. Unfortunately, this room is not air conditioned because spirit mostly exists in cold places. That means there will be no spirit in Africa, there will be no spirit in the equator region, there will be no spirit in Brazil. Poor people, you can't go for ghost hunting. After 2 a.m., they often sit on empty chairs and stare at you. You will see that real ghosts in dream or wake up between 2 to 3 a.m. without any reason. Bullshit again. 2 to 3 a.m., like I said earlier, that if you are a good Google researcher, then just search why our body is weakest and at between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. or why we wake up between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. You'll get some logical and real answers. Never leave any chair empty is like one of the most stupidest thing that I've ever heard or I've ever heard after investigating the paranormal. Like there's no point, there's no logic. Why only on chair? If there is a ghost in your room, why will it willingly go and sit on a chair? Like affection will a ghost have towards a chair? It can sit on your bed, on the floor, on your fan, or on you. Be aware. In deep sleep, our next myth, in deep sleep you often see your dead relative. Fact, a friend in your dream. It means his soul is actually in your room right now trying to contact you. His soul is not in the rest and roaming around you, because according to experts, it is impossible to see dead person if he is in rest. Now, if you see, you know. Now, there are many things that people see in their dreams, and it is often said that the spirits do try to communicate with you through your dreams. But I not completely disagree, or like 95% I disagree the fact that they are not in rest, because like there are maybe if a spirit can try to communicate with you through your dreams, then it is not necessary it is trying to communicate just because it wants some help. It can also try to communicate with you if it wants some kind of a message that should be conveyed to you, that may help you, or a relative one, or in a business or something. Like the people generally, they claim that spirit came in your dream and that is how they got to know about this particular thing. So yes, it is possible to see a dead person, basically spirit, if it is in rest. So there is no awestruck thing if you see a dead person in your dream, because it generally happens often because of our memories that we have related to the person, or because of the affection that we had or that we shared with that particular person. So that is completely fine, and I don't believe there should be any kind of fear related to that particular thing. Now, experts suggest that spirits are attached to the smell and often to the people who use perfumes. I'll come to that. The most active time of spirit is 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Like, what the hell is wrong with the 2 a.m. to 3 a.m.? Like, I don't know what are you doing at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. instead of sleeping and just trying to do some bullshit thing that 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. is the most haunted time of every single post it contains in every single post of yours. What is wrong with you? If you wake one night, it is sure you'll surely wake regularly at this time. No, it doesn't happen. Ghosts mess with your brain and break sleep. No, no, like if you ask me, this guy is kind of trying to put this bad impression towards the paranormal world. Now, I believe paranormal world is scary not because of the ghost, but because it is unknown, right? If you are able to see a ghost, and if you just understand the fact that they were once human beings, I don't think there would be any kind of fear in you related to them. It is only because we can't see them or you can't see them is why you fear them. Like if one of your rooms is dark, you won't be entering the room. The only reason is because you have no clue what is lurking inside the darkness. So what light does is, if you turn on the light, it basically illuminates the place and basically enables you to see what is inside the room so that you can be prepared to face it even if there is something. So it is like I always say, it is a mere knowledge of paranormal that cancels the fear. Like the first line kind of gave is pretty much funny, is that experts suggest that spirits are attached to the smell and often to the people who uses perfumes. In that case, I am the most vulnerable person to be possessed by a ghost right here, right now, because like perfumes fascinate me. It is something that I like apart from technological things. Technological, is there a word? Technological, technology, things that are made of technology. So perfume is something that I love and I use it every single time. So yeah, I'm pretty much vulnerable. And 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., you guy, you need to Google what you're writing. Ghosts always repeat their habits. They do. Most of the time, they do just to gain attention. Because, like I say, most of the time, that most of the ghosts or spirits are just trying to gain your attention, not because they just want to cross over or leave that place, or maybe they are just trying to gain your attention to convey some kind of message, or basically fulfill something that could not fulfill when they were alive. Right, so these are the bizarre myths that were trending on the internet, and now you know the reason. If you still have any doubt, you can still comment after the live stream is done, or if you're watching, you can still comment. Right, so no, we are not done with. I know this show is kind of unpredictable. It may end after 20 minutes. It may end after 1 hour. It may go up to 2 hours. And this is why I created this. Like we decided to make this show happen. The only reason is that I wanted to make it uncertain. Like anything can happen at any point of time. Like the live stream may end right now. Like, okay, fine, guys, this is what we are for tonight. I'm done, and it may continue up to 2 hours. So before going live, I did ask some of my friends or in some public groups regarding what are the myths they believe they have came across, and there were 2 to 3 questions, and one of them was by Pairs, a state representative for New Delhi, CK based. Is that he was asking? I forgot. Apologies. All right. So, his question was related to possession and what actually it is. Now, many people have this common misconception that possession is a spirit or an entity basically uh, entering a host's body. And I completely disagree with this very fact, because if we go by this common, like in a logical way, that suppose there is a bottle of water and is completely full. If you add water, more water into it, the water will start flowing, right, flowing out of the bottle. And if the bottle is kind of empty, or there is some space of some extra water that can be added, then you can add it, right? So consider that full bottle as you, right? And now, why do people say, like, there's this common statement in spirituality that complete yourself. By completing yourself isn't only regards with clothes. It is about be fulfilled with so much purity, or be fulfilled with so much happiness that nothing else can affect you. The word effect, right? So like I said, if there is some space in the bottle, then extra water can be added. Now let's that be empty, or a half filled bottle be when you are in an bad emotional state. In when you are in a bad emotional state, or when you are down, or when your mood is off, or when your energy is basically down, you kind of are giving space to other emotions. It can be from a person, it can be from a human being. So you may have generally experienced that when your mood is out, or when you are down by energy, it takes you time to come up. And if someone kind of tries to like basically they say in Hindi, अगर आग में कोई घी डालने की कोशिश करता है तो आग और भी ज्यादा जलती है दोनों से, which means that if you are in a bad state and someone comes and tries to make your mood worse, it happens much faster than when someone tries to bring your mood to the best level. So that is what generally happens in possession. Position is nothing but it is a kind of attachment. Now attachment happens from person, it happens from spirit, it happens from entities. For example, when for example, one of your best friend, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your wife, or your mother, or your parents, or anyone close to you, if he or that particular person is sad, and if you see them sad, there is no chance, like it can never happen that you see them sad and you start laughing, or you start getting more happy than you generally are. Because, and then if you go and sit next to them, you try to talk to them, you'll realize that that person has kind of affected your emotions, your mood right now, and right now even you are sad. That is how emotions affect, right? So that is how attachment happens too. For example, you are roaming around, and you are, like I said, you are a half filled bottle. You have space that can be filled up with anything, with any emotions, bad, good, evil, anything. So suppose, and you are roaming around, and a spirit attaches itself to you. That is what possession is, right? And then you might have seen in movies, or in at places where people react like they have been given a shot uh, on the head, that they react crazily, right? So so people generally question when I explain this thing, that spiritual that attachment is, that position is nothing but mere attachment. They ask this question, like, how does these things happen? Now imagine that if a person who is not trying to affect you has affected you through his or her emotional state, like he is in a bad state, and just his emotions, the energy is radiating, is sufficient to make your mood go bad and sad. Now imagine if that person is doing that intentionally, what kind of effect it can bring to you, right? So Attachment is a spiritual position, is like any kind of position is nothing but attachment, I believe. Okay. Again, miss, there was one more question, one more question, one more question, one more question, one more question. किधर है भाई? Yeah. So and also asked that how can we overcome these myths and basically help people. The only thing that, see, all the inventions, all the creations, and everything has happened in this universe is just because of that simple logical question: can that happen? Can this happen? Will it happen? So if you are trying to help a person, if you are trying to help a person getting rid of that particular myth, add logical thinking to him or her. Just ask this particular question, like, for example, like this common myth of if a cat crosses your road or your path when you are traveling or riding or going somewhere, it is considered as unlucky or something like that. Have this logical question that why is it considered unlucky? Now the most common answer to this myth is that the only reason a cat runs is because there might be something that is chasing it. Can be any kind of animal, a dog, some wild animal at some jungle or somewhere. So if a cat is running, there are 99, now this is where 99% comes. If a cat is running or crossing a path, there's 99% chance that some kind of more bigger or large animal or some scary, not scary, damn it, some wild animal is behind it, chasing it. So it may, you may hit that particular wild animal and may injure yourself. So that is the reason, you know people generally say that crossing, if a cat is crossing your path, it is considered unlucky. The only reason is that if a cat is running, right, if a cat is running, there is something behind it which is chasing it down. So if you see a cat is crossing your path, that is why they say that slow down or kind of stop, so that if you stop, you can generally you know um, differentiate if there is something which is crossing or is behind him or her. Now cats are pretty cute animal, don't hate them, right? Now I have this one more member in the Paranormal Club of India, and his name is Savio. Hi. So he had a couple of not couple, he had four, he had given us four myths that is generally found. चुड़ैल के पैर उल्टे होते हैं. Yeah, correct. No, the myth is not correct. Like the question is pretty much correct. चुड़ैल के पैर उल्टे होते हैं, in English it means that the witches have inverted legs. Basically, that is what he meant. First thing, many people have this bad or wrong misconception regarding witches. Now, a witch is not someone you generally see with a long nose or sitting on a broom like a Harry Potter shit. Harry Potter is not shit, sorry. Like someone sitting on a broom and is flying across your house, or doing those green stuff in a cauldron and adding green stuff. That is like bizarre. So which is someone who basically deals with the five elements of earth. Now the five elements of earth are considered to be some of the most important and powerful elements for magic, basically witch magic. Or even like there are some many meditation techniques which involves the involves those five elements of earth, because they're pretty much like these are the five elements which have created the universe. So these elements do contain some powerful um, some power, some kind of spiritual power that helps you during meditation or in your magic. Now a witch can be anyone. Like if you are watching this, you can be a witch. Like they are like normal people. They don't have long nose, they don't have inverted feet, they don't do anything like flying across with a broom. They're like normal human beings. Now what good people are bad people, and how we define good and bad people is by their deeds. Now if there is a witch which uses the five elements of earth for a good purpose, it is a good witch. If it uses for a bad purpose, it is a bad witch. That is how you differentiate. That is pretty much simple. Sorry. Ouija board gives correct answers. Now, the paranormal field, or basically the world of fear and darkness, Ouija board is a very common thing. There are thousands of movies that have come up for that are related to Ouija board and things that have happened during when you're using Ouija board. Now, I do completely believe that like 10%, like out of 100%, only 10% of the times a Ouija board has helped someone in communicating with the dead. The rest 90% of the times, it is your nerves. Now it is called the ideomotor effect, where one of the nerves in your brain kind of subconsciously controls your hand and kind of gives you the answer you are basically looking for. That is what generally happens in a Ouija board session. So if you are using it now, like I said, 10% of the time it is pretty much legit. Like it does helps in communicating with the dead. Now, if you are a college going student, now there are many college students or teenagers basically who have this कीड़ा होता है उनके दिमाग में, who wants to try to communicate with the dead by using a Ouija board. It is completely fine. There is no harm in it, but 10% of the times it does communicate with the dead. So if you don't have someone who has pretty much a good knowledge on paranormal and how to kind of handle a particular thing, if things go worse, then do not try it. Interactions with ghosts are fun. Yeah, if you ask me, or a paranormal investigator, there are times when we have interacted to some of the most beautiful souls, some of the most funniest ghosts that that have kind of left us laughing out loud, because they do reply in some of the most funniest ways I have seen. They are they radiate some of the most beautiful energies, some of the soulful energies. They generally radiate some of the spirits, so kind of fun. But for a person who has no knowledge on paranormal and is doing just because it is a dare, or just because how do I say, a dare is given to you by one of a friend, or you are trying to impress your girlfriend, then do not do it. Because if you do not like anything, not only paranormal, anything that you do without knowledge can bring you harm. Study, for example, tomorrow, if tomorrow is a maths exam and you do not study and you have no knowledge, so you'll be failing tomorrow in the test. Same goes for riding a bike. If you don't have proper knowledge on how to ride a bike, what are the gear systems, how to use the clutch, how to apply the brakes, what are the brake systems, how hard the brakes can go, you may fall down, or you can meet an accident and you can be a ghost, right? So everything in this world, if done without knowledge, can bring you harm. So no matter what it is, try to have proper knowledge, try to know more about it, try to know the cons and pros of that particular thing, and then do it. I'm not stopping you from venturing the paranormal. If you are an enthusiast, very good thing. But have proper knowledge, or find someone who gives you proper knowledge. And there are many people in this world who just loot you in the name of communicating with the spirits. So have a logical thinking, right? Yeah, so this is what the show was all about, regarding the myths that are prevailing across the globe. So if you know, or if you liked, or if you want, or if you are seeking for an answer of a myth that you are familiar with, and you can certainly comment down after the live stream is done, or you can message us on our Facebook page, and I would be covering it in the next episode. Now, so we learned many things. We learned many things from this live chat, and for example, number one, use your logical mind. When in doubt, what is wrong and what is right, put logic. Take example. Do not believe what you see on the internet, particularly the posts that I read, or particularly from the crappy Facebook page. Do not believe in them. Have a logical mind. It is kind of linked to the first point. Third, there are many things in the world that should only be and only be done after having a proper knowledge, and investigating the paranormal is one of them. Four, if you wish to use a Ouija board, no doubt, no problem in using it, but have someone who knows what exactly it is, and not just a guy who has read some article on the internet and is ready to communicate with the world. And the fifth is, if you want to know more about such myths, you should subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. So, like I said earlier, that the Paranormal Chat Show is pretty much uncertain, right? So, like, it can end after 1 hour, it can end after 20 minutes, it can end right now, and I believe it is ending right now. Yeah. And yeah, I have some things to plug in. Is that 11th November 2017, like it is next week. Stay tuned to our Facebook page, or to our Facebook page, to our Instagram handle. We are going to announce something awesome. What you will be knowing next week. So the plannings are big, and we are planning it from 3 to 4 months now. And now we have like sorted everything. Everything is planned up. So we are kind of ready to, show it to you people, and that is done. And thank you everyone for making Pairs Halloween this year for Pairs hello sorry, that is what happens in live stream, right? Thank you for making Pairs Halloween for this year an amazing one, because Pairs got involved in 6 different platforms during this Halloween. One was 3 were our events, one in New Delhi, one in Bhubaneswar, and one in Mumbai. Then we were also featured in on 101 India's Facebook page, as we were talking about our experiences and everything. We also conducted a social event at one of the orphanage at New Delhi, where we were able to fund the educational fees of 21 orphans, provide them clothes and foods, uh, just because people like you contributed to this very cause. And then, if you haven't watched the web series that is streaming on the Hoichoi app, that is a Bengali streaming application, where Pairs was involved in helping those amazing people in making that web series, basically helping them with everything that is related to the paranormal. So that got launched that pretty night on Halloween. So if you're so do go. The subscription fees are pretty much less, so you can just go, and I can assure the web series is pretty much good. It is real, the investigation is real, the location is real, and they have done an amazing job. So go and watch them, and thank you very much for making Pairs Halloween a very awesome one. Now this year we targeted 3 cities, and we ended up getting involved in 6 platforms, different platforms. So next year we will be planning more bigger things, more better things, at more better places, at more cities, and at more platforms. And one more shout out, there is one more thing coming up for the people of Kolkata, and Pairs will be making it happen next year, January 2000. 18, and so just stay tuned, right? Anything can happen. So I'll be putting up the link of our Facebook page, my Instagram handle, and the website of Pairs. Also, we also provide metaphysical and paranormal courses at a very cheap price that are completely and exclusively designed by me and some of the members of Pairs who have the complete, not complete I will say, but have an exclusive and a very long-term experience of the particular courses. So if you want to pursue a course and move into this field in a very professional way, or if you wish to join Pairs and you are someone, a paranormal investigator, a Reiki healer, a past life regression therapist, or a paranormal researcher, you are totally welcome. Just go to our website and everything else will follow. All right, so this ends the Paranormal Chat Show episode 3. Have a very good night, and if you like the video, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We are not looking for subscribers, but we're just looking for people who we are targeting a larger audience who can learn from the show, or we can get something from the show, and basically which can help them in their day-to-day life. So this is it, and so goodbye and see you soon.